This is a quick video on naming bases. Remember that bases have hydroxide. You will recall that that's the OH minus after a metal. So the ones we are going to deal with are metal hydroxides except NH3. You just need to know that NH3 is ammonia. When you're dealing with the S block metals, you just put the name of the metal. So you name the metal and then you say hydroxide. If you have a D or P block metal, you put the name of the metal, and in parentheses you put the charge on the metal, and then write hydroxide. What's really nice about this hydroxide is that it is a -1. So if you've got a metal and then an OH with a 4 here, well, you have 4 negatives. That means that the metal needs to be a 4 plus. So it is whatever the metal's name is, so metal, Roman numeral 4. So let's see how that works. Name the following bases. So the metal is lithium. If you look at your periodic table, you'll see that lithium is in group 1, the S block. So you just write lithium hydroxide. NH3 is one you have to memorize. It's ammonia. For number 3, we look at the metal. It's calcium. It's in group 2. That's still the S block. So it is calcium hydroxide. S block metals do not need Roman numerals. Now, this metal, cobalt, that's not in the S block. It's in the D block. So when we write it, we have to give the charge on the cobalt. Well, let's see. If OH is a 1 minus and I've got 3, then I've got a 3 minus total. Remember, this is our think box. Well, it's all balanced, so I need a 3 plus from cobalt. And since there's only one cobalt, that has to be the charge on cobalt. So cobalt 3 hydroxide. You do need to know your Roman numerals. Well, let's go the other way. We've got the name, and we have to come up with a formula. We have our think box. Potassium is in the S block. It's in group 1, and then hydroxide is a -1. So +1 and a -1 works out perfectly, so it's KOH. Barium. You look at the periodic table, it's in group 2. Barium is a 2 plus. Hydroxide is still a -1. So how many -1s do we need? It looks like we need 2 of them to have a -2 over here for that to balance. So barium hydroxide with a 2. It is very important that you include everything in these parentheses and not just put the 2 after the H. Aluminum hydroxide. Aluminum is in group 13. It has a 3 plus charge. Hydroxide still has a 1 minus charge. Well, that means you're going to need 3 hydroxides for 1 aluminum. So aluminum hydroxide, and then I put a 3 there. Aluminum is one of the exceptions to having Roman numerals in the D and P block situation because its charge is always a 3 plus. It's one of the ones we memorized way back when. Let's look at copper 2 hydroxide. One of the reasons I love the Roman numeral is I don't even have to look at the periodic table. I know that copper is going to be a 2 plus. All metals are always cations. Hydroxide is still a 1 minus. So I really need 2 hydroxides to balance the charge. So CuOH2. Lead is a 4 plus. Hydroxide is a -1. Ooh, that's a lot of hydroxides. So I've got lead 4 hydroxides. I want to do one more. What if it was sodium hydroxide? Sodium is a +1, hydroxide is a -1, so it's just NaOH. No parentheses because there's only one OH.